Hello IE, my name is Manuel Armijos, and this is my journey with music.
I look at my love of music as a journey of finding the right fit. When I was 9 years old, I was given a book about musical instruments and all of the ways they were played. From that moment forward, I was determined to try them all. Every single weekend, I'd drag my mother to the music store and I'd pick out an instrument. I'd try violin, a cello, a ukulele, an electric guitar, even a saxophone. I would get frustrated that I could not get the sound that I admired from YouTube videos I watched, and so I would give up and move on to the next one. However, eventually my mother grew tired and told me to pick one, and so I settled for the cello for its mature and eloquent sound. When I was 10 years old, I had my first musical performance in an orchestra. The orchestra consisted of 10 to 12-year-olds, so as you can imagine, the look on our conductor's face was far from satisfactory. Then the high school orchestra came on stage and performed their winter concert. All of their notes were in tune, all of their bows came down at the same time, and once finished, the crowd burst into applause and stood up to admire their work. It was then that I realized that it took dedication and persistence to become like those who I admired. Then I began lessons with my private cello teacher, someone who motivated me and who always pushed me to my full potential. With him, I refined my practice schedule, which is something I struggled with at first, but eventually grew accustomed to. This dedication and persistence eventually caught the eye of my orchestra conductor, who granted me the chair of principal cellist my freshman year. The summer of my freshman year, I was sent to a music camp that was recommended to me by my music teacher. The camp was far beyond anything I'd ever experienced. I was surrounded by 8-year-old prodigies and Juilliard-bound teens. I felt a sense of intimidation, but also felt an urge to prove myself to them. On my first day of orchestra camp, I was handed Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture and Stravinsky's The Firebird. Pieces so intricate and in musical keys so unfamiliar to me that I felt defeated. Concert day arose and I was conquered and had failed. All I wanted to do was go home. Strangely, about a week after the concert, I felt something was missing. The music had drilled such a deep hole in me that I was listening to the pieces which I once despised from camp every day. I craved the maturity and musical complexity that these pieces had forced me to adapt to, and so I was giving more difficult music to audition for prestigious youth orchestras in my area. Haydn's Cello Concerto in C taught me the intricacies and complexions that I lacked when I entered the summer program. It gave me security and musicality. A musicality that gave me the courage to audition for the Philadelphia Youth Orchestra. Audition day came and my heart was racing out of my chest as I sat in front of the panel of judges. My mind was thinking of all the possible ways I could make a mistake that I could never recover from. However, once I started, all of the fear and the panic left my body as I started meeting the judges with a piece that I had meticulously prepared for months and that I knew inside and out. After the audition, I was granted entry into the orchestra, which for me was a moment that proved that I could achieve whatever I put my mind into. Music has taught me how every rhythm and every note, no matter how small it may seem, applies to a piece as large as a symphony. It has taught me the art of precision, technicality, and perfection. I see these challenges in the business world, and they have shaped the way I react and adapt to challenges thrown at me, no matter how intimidating. Music has taken me places my 9-year-old self could never imagine, and has given me the values I'll carry on with me throughout university and beyond my professional business life. At University, I'll continue expanding on the values of discipline, hard work, and patience, which music has taught me in the enriching and motivating environment which IE provides. These qualities are all reflected in IE, where just like in an orchestra, each individual's contributions and passions not only contribute to the greater whole, but also promote individual growth and creativity, which is one that I hope to expand upon at IE University. Thank you.